Tina Trefethen.
Tina Trefethen, I met, it was shortly after the 1975 Del Mar National Contest. Jim O'Mahony showed up at my door in Long Beach with Tina Trefethen. Jim O'Mahony was the magazine editor, and Tina Trefethen worked at the magazine, putting all the pages together. Jim O'Mahony also did Hang Glider magazine, and that's where he met Tina, because Tina was national hang gliding champion. She further went into doing the downhill at Signal Hill and crashed, and now she's designing experimental aircraft that's on a top secret level. Tina Trefethen, if I ever met Laura Croft from Tomb Raider, Tina Trefethen would be the person I'd think this is the real deal. And Tina, I remember being at a contest, it was at Northridge, and I'd finished my routine, and Jim O'Mahony came over and says, "Hey, you think you're tough? Tina Trefethen can beat you up." And I said, "No way a girl's gonna beat me up." And he says, "Go ahead, kick her in the butt." So I went over and kicked Tina in the butt. She picked me up and threw me over a hedge. I was laughing my head off. Good for her. She was one to be reckoned with. Right on, Lara Croft.
Peggy Oki.
I think Peggy Oki was very underrated, because at the Del Mar Nationals, when you look at the Dogtown movies and they're going, "Oh, we should have won that." Well, you look at the only Dogtown person that came in the standings going up on the stand-up thing to receive their trophy was Peggy Oki. And so, taking that for the women's division, why would you downplay a woman in that? You know, she's earned that. And she put in the time, and she did the routine that was necessary to get the points to put her on that podium. So Peggy, I'm sorry it's long overdue, but congratulations on that victory for you.
Victoria Holman.
Victoria Holman was Miss Hobie, and for good reason. She was a model, and she also was very, very well endowed. She not only had a beautiful face, a great smile, but she had these attributes that she could attract a man's attention. And I remember at the Los Alamitos Slalom Contest, she was going down, Victoria was slaloming down and going side to side, and a guy was walking up and just looking at her and ran right into a light pole. Another time we were at the Orange County Fairgrounds, and Victoria brought me behind the counter where she was representing Hobie products. And she said, "Hey Russ, watch this. Watch the control I have on all these guys that come up here." And she'd stand there and put her chest out and says, "Now over here we have this board." And the guy's eyes would just follow them back and forth like he was hypnotized. And Victoria later on would laugh about it and says, "I just love playing that game with these guys." And I laughed too. She was a great person.
Desiree Von Essen.
Desiree Von Essen, I got to tour with her and Robin Alloway on a Rayco tour. And Desiree was high in competitive standings along with Robin. They brought that style of a lot of grace, but also a lot of tricks, and we're doing difficult maneuvers. And so being out on the road with them, it was just a privilege to showcase not only what the guys could do in certain moves, but also invite the girls. And I thought that was really bad decisions on a lot of companies, that they wouldn't integrate and give more publicity to women, because you're losing half the population if you're going to try and market your product. Besides, the women deserve their place in skateboarding. And I just a side note on that, I remember going to college at Cal State Long Beach. And with that, the guys would get all the funding, although we had the guys' worst football team in the nation. The girls, the basketball team was rated #1 in the nation, but everything they earned went over to the guys. And I thought, that is so unfair. So I went over, and the girls would teach me gymnastics, and I would teach them skateboarding. At the end of the semester, the girls challenged the guys' football team to a skateboard contest and wiped them out. That was really fun. Yay, girls, go.
Ellen O'Neill.
Ellen O'Neill and I were asked to do shows up at the Pacific National Exhibit in Vancouver, Canada. Monty Little was president of the Canadian Skateboard Association, and he put on national competitions in Vancouver every year. Ellen would go out, and I really didn't think at that time women had gone to the level of competition. But after watching Ellen and her professionalism putting on shows, I was so honored to have her alongside, and we could both, bring skateboarding to the Canadian population. She was just an excellent skater and an excellent person.
Thank you, Russ.
Hey, did we have fun?
Thank you. We did.
Okay.